14th Prime here, back another custom review. And today we're looking at the Transformers Legacy Shattered Glass Prime Universe Arcee, which is of course based off of the Legacy Velocitron Road Rocket, and that is just a repaint of Prime Universe Arcee. And otherwise known as the third time we are looking at this mold on the channel. So there's really a ton to go over other than just paint. Like I pretty much got all the other stuff out of the way in the first two. And this is the most simple one I've done. Like this took me like no time at all, which I'm not complaining about. Which, speaking of not taking that long, we're going to take a quick look at the bike mode, then get into the paints, then robot mode, just because bike mode really doesn't have anything. But I felt like covering it anyway. Because it's just weird, like the red already looks Shattered Glass enough and just evil. Like for some reason when I first saw Road Rocket, I thought they were like a G2 Decepticon or something. And like they still look kind of evil even with the metallic blue. And I'm like, I'd fully believe that's like, it's like Nightbird's disguise or something. But it did add a little Shattered Glass Autobot logo there because there's nowhere to do in a robot mode that makes sense. Because there's like sculpted lines here and the chest, like there's not a big enough spot. Because even on the actual figure, the logo's so small. But yeah, I painted the windscreen here pretty much just because the original paint on this copy was very bad. Like my first Road Rocket had like one or two little areas, which ironically were fine on this one that I swapped them with, but then every other area was so terrible. Like there was like black paint splotched over the windshield. All of this was just jacked up, and like these had like little red streaks going around them. Like it was just, the metallic blue was messed up. Like it was all just not pretty. So I luckily had to get rid of a good bit of that, and some of it I part swapped out. So it was just a whole process, but we got to here, and I do like it. And of course you can see some of the robot mode bits that we'll get into there. But yeah, of course, let's take a quick look at the paints like I said we would do. So I used some surface primer and then some matte black just for the windshield. Didn't use any more spray paint. I didn't need to. Now for the paints, we used some purple, a little bit of red, some semi-gloss black, which I need to buy more, some chrome silver, some blue, and finally some lemon yellow. Now this custom is actually based on a fan design that someone had done, and that I will get into a little bit more in the row mode so I can directly compare. But the basic color scheme is based on a fan design done by Bluster. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yep, Bluster. I just don't want to get their name wrong. Is it just I hate to get credits wrong. It makes me feel bad. But this is like loosely based off of their like artwork and design for it, which again we'll talk about more in the road mode. But for now, that is the basic concept. Like I do want to get out of the way. Like this wasn't 100% my idea. I just kind of translated it to this figure. But yeah. Anyways, we can get into that. Let's go ahead and get her into her robot mode. In here on robot mode, she does gain quite a lot of little bits of colors here and there, which is pretty nice because the original Road Rocket, you know, just has like the metallic blue just going down here and on the arms, and like there isn't like a ton of like breakup colors. It's just mostly like big chunks of color, which is great for that. Like I do think Road Rocket's a really good repaint. Like it doesn't remind me of Arcee at all. It just looks like a different character. But yeah, as mentioned in the beginning a few minutes ago, or just not even minutes, it was moments, it was seconds. What am I going off about? But this was based on artwork by Bluster, which I'm going to put her to the side and show it here. So you can kind of see where a lot of the colors came from. I translated them the best I could to this design, but for their design, what I think is really neat is that she actually switches the alt modes between Arcee and Arachnid. So Arcee is a helicopter, while Arachnid's a motorcycle, and you know, I obviously couldn't do that with this figure, so it's not entirely accurate. So I did the best I could. I think it turned out pretty nice, though, regardless. I do like how it looks. And it's nice to have a Shattered Glass Arcee other than just a Fun Pub one, since I don't really like that one, even though, I mean, I do have the not Botcon, I have the Combiner Hunter one that I use. But it's kind of nice to have this. Just because, again, like, they, actually, I didn't mention this in the beginning. They do a Shattered Glass Prime comic, which is where the whole design came from, which I'll leave a link to below. Because I've been reading it since I think she got to like Volume 2. Like I went all the way back to Volume 1. I think it was like partway through Volume 2. Whenever I fully caught up. I think she's on like Volume 3 now. I want to say. But I'll definitely leave a link to it below. It's pretty interesting. It mixes like stuff from like it's mainly Prime, but it has some elements of animated in there, and just general Transformers lore, and even like other characters from different continuities that come in different parts. But yeah, definitely check that out. Leave a link below. Give them some love. Deserve it. But anyways, custom. Oop. Take a quick look at the head, not the feet. Which I do like how the head came out. It's weird how much this looks really nice and red. It's just the basic Arcee head, which I had from the other two customs. I just had some spares, so this gets to be here. Which I actually hand painted this red. I was going to spray it, but something weird happened whenever I sprayed it. It screwed the whole thing up, so I had to take all that paint off and then just hand paint it anyway. Which I do still think it turned out nice. It has a nice purple for these. And the silver on the face I even had to redo. And the yellow eyes took forever. Yellow eyes are just a pain. Well, while we're here, we can take a quick look at the chest too. Since the chest does have most of the new added detail, there's a little bit on the limbs, but the chest definitely has the most. So we got some purple on the shoulders here and a bit of blue here. Because it has blue on the chest right there, which feels a little random, but I think there's more blue on the design that I just couldn't translate. And here we got some black, silver, and some purple going on, the purple going down here. And I actually repainted the front of this just because I had to get rid of the insignia, which it sort of blends-ish. It's not perfect. The arms here I do like just because they're different than the regular Arcee's arms. A goal here too was try to make the color palette placements at least similar in some areas, but then different enough in others to where it all just kind of made sense. By the way, it is raining. If you hear rain, I do apologize. I don't know. Don't be disturbed by rain. It's nice. But then the legs here are pretty much just Prime Arcee's, how the legs are done. Purple here, silver done. Alright. Quick zoom out here. And of course, just for the comparisons, here she is with the regular Legacy Arcee. She'll get properly standing. She's looking weird. Come on. Which I do think this is a really nice, just to have these two together. This definitely just looks like evil Prime Arcee to a T. Then again, the whole red versus blue thing too, I think is really nice for the design. It just makes adds a little bit of an extra layer. And oh my god, I just realized Arachnid's whole thing is her Shattered Glass one's white. The regular one's, oh my god. It's all connected. And also just to bring her in here, or him, I'm gonna go with her. I'm completely confused of what pronouns to use for Road Rocket, just because I'm pretty sure they're a male character, but it's a female figure repaint. I don't know. Don't cancel me, please. I'm begging. I just don't know. But I do really like Road Rocket. And I like that this was made so I could do this, because this was an idea I had since the figure came out to maybe do this, because of course I do Shattered Glass stuff, so of course that's the first thing I think about if any toys repaint. But since they did a red one, I'm like, oh, hold off, I'll just get the red one. And I was gonna wait for it to go on sale or something, but then I was just like, nah, let's do it. Which I do like. Which a fun bonus is the fact that I got to give both of the discs to Road Rocket now, so that's sort of neat. Since I don't really like the discs except for Road Rocket, even on Prime Arcee, I keep forgetting to get her some new weapons. But for this one, I actually had these lying around from the World War II Incinerator custom, which these aren't really the weapons the character should have, at least if I'm going fully based on Sound Bluster's thing, but I thought these were neat to have minigun null ray-esque things, little dog hair there, oops. Which I think they look nice. They kind of remind me of how in the DS games for Transformers, how half the time the weapons were always oversized whenever they were holding them. It makes me think of that, and I kind of love it. Which she does pose really nicely with them. I swear, one of the main issues with the base figure is just the fact that the pizza disc doesn't really make for good poses. You can get her into some Seeker-esque shooting poses, which is quite neat. Oh, and of course you can still take this off, split it, stare at the really weird fact that there's a bit of silver paint here, and I didn't notice it till this one. I looked at my old Road Rocket, I had it too, and I'm like, why? Why did Hasbro paint that? It makes no sense. But yeah, you can still do that. So we'll give her that look. Get the arms down a little bit so you can see it. which I do think that is nice. I like doing this for my regular Arcee. I don't know if I'll do it for this one. I kind of like switch it on the displays whenever I grab it. But we'll see which one sticks eventually. But yeah, overall, this was a very simple custom to do. Pretty much it's just I had to have the extra head lying around, which I did. I have a second one that I'm giving to a friend because they want to do this. So, no more of this head in this house unless I somehow would end up with another one. Which I do still have a few more ideas with this figure. I don't know how many I'm gonna do, but it's just a couple fun ones, like a movie, like 2007 movie colored one, or like doing one based on the actual like Fun Pub Shatterglass Arcee with like a G1 head. Since, you know, those turns of a motorcycle, I thought it'd be fun. Will I do them? We'll see. But yeah, I do want to say customs are still coming and everything. They're just a lot slower now, just because of the new job and just being a lot more busy and more tired, unfortunately, because of it. But there will be some new videos coming soon. We got the new Shattered Glass subline. They're finally popping off. I got Magnus shipped, Blaster paid for, so those will probably be the next couple of videos. Give me some time to finish some stuff I'm working on. And yeah, we'll see where we go. Have some fun, have some laughs. But yeah. Recording this the day before Labor Day. I don't know if this will go up like today or tomorrow. But if it goes up on Labor Day, happy Labor Day. If it goes up the day before Labor Day, still have a happy Labor Day. Good luck. And yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook or Tumblr pages, links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.